Hey, how's it going today? Today we're just going to be showing you how to do camera shake. This will actually come across as like an earthquake because the ground plane is not tied to the backdrop, so it's going to look more like an earthquake, so it's camera shake slash earthquake. But this is so easy to do. Again, another thing I like about LightWave. I want to show you something here real quick. If we go into texture shaded mode, and let me get off the camera for a second. I'm just trying to show you the camera real fast. So when you're shooting with a camera, you're hand holding the camera. Generally speaking, I think that people can hold the Z plane pretty steady. That is, they're not going in and out, back and forth this way. But I think it's mostly side to side and up and down where people have a problem holding the camera. Although certainly they could go back and forth with the camera. But I think if someone's just standing there holding the camera, it's the X and Y axes. So I just wanted to point that out because when we go to do this, those are the only two that I'm really going to be adjusting it. But you could certainly come in and do that, cause shake on the Z axis. So anyway, I've just got this standard Mixamo rig here. I'm just going to put it in VPR because it looks better. The other thing about filming, I should point out, when you're filming and you're shooting and you've got a horizon line, there's a different feel to where the subject is in relationship to the horizon line. So really, like if you shot like that would be really distracting, and it actually looks like you're decapitating him. So kind of be aware of the horizon line when you're setting up your camera. But just so that we go, there's a sense of maybe he's more overwhelmed there, and then there's a sense of more open there, just with regard to where the camera is placed. Okay, so anyway, now I'm just going to jump into the camera earthquake part of it. Okay, so it's so easy to do. You have the camera selected, and we just go into the graph editor. And for the longest time, this really intimidated me. I'm not sure why, but I guess it looks like something from calculus class. I have a frame there I just noticed I don't want, so I'm going to delete that. I just noticed that. Okay, so we want to make sure we're on the 0 frame. Well, for the Mixamo rig, yeah, it's just starting at 4 for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, you get the camera selected and you go into the graphic editor. Like I said, this was always intimidating to me. But it's basically just a way to animate these dimensions here, like the position, the rotation, and things like that, scaling. We can see we're starting on the 4th frame, and this is going to go to the 120th frame. And then we're just going to hit Control and select these two. We can just go to modifiers down here and add modifier, and we can go to texture channel. And then if I click, I'll just do the X axis, so this would be side to side motion. Double click on that. One way to control the turbulence, we're going to add turbulence to this, is by scaling. But another way you can do it is I'll show you in a second here. So we're going to go to procedural, and it defaults to turbulence, and you can see already what we're looking at. So that's going to be a really rocky road there for the camera. So if that's a little too much, you could just turn down the texture value here and lighten that up. And you just play around with that value, and then also the scaling value will affect how much turbulence you're actually going to get. Okay, so that's just one. And then if we come back and click this one and double click, we can put it on the Y, and same thing, we're just going to add the turbulence on here. And you can see how turbulence up and down would be in comparison to the X and Y. So you could just play around with it and see how you bring that down and you really tone that down. That's all there is to it. It's that simple. And you just play around with those values. And if you wanted to, like I said, back and forth, you could add the Z channel if you wanted. Same thing. And you won't be able to see this in VPR that well, but if we go into texture shaded here and we hit play, you can see the camera moving here. See that? So you just flavor it to taste. So let's say I was trying to create an earthquake effect. I would just go back into the graphic editor here, and let me make this bigger, and click on the X channel. Wait, where am I? Here, this is X, right? Yeah, so then I'm on the X, and let's say I really want to create an earthquake effect, then I just bump this up like that. So it's going to be crazy, right? That's going to be crazy. And then and then if I click on the Y, same thing. I can go back in here. You can see it up here. Crank that up. That's going to be equally as crazy. If I close out of this and I hit play, you can see how much more it's moving now erratically. So anyway, that's all I had for today. Take care and have a great day. And I love all the work that these artists are doing on LightWave. It's fantastic.